Welcome to the program on Energy and Sustainable Development at Stanford University. Come with me to take an inside look at one of our research platforms, an online adaptive energy market simulation we call the Energy Market Game.
Hello, I'm Frank Wolak. I'm the director of the program on energy and sustainable development at Stanford University. I'm also a professor in the economics department at, that was bad, but that's good. You can edit it.
Okay. Who is the Energy Market Game for?
The EMG is designed for anybody that is interested in understanding how the electricity supply industry, broadly defined, works. This means various technologies, how they interact in the market. So it could be engineers that want to understand how competition in this market works. It could be an economist that wants to understand the basics of the engineering side governing this market. And the final could be just simply lawyers and individuals interested in environmental economics, environmental policy, to understand what is actually physically feasible, potentially the cost of these activities. Essentially, anybody that is interested in working in this sector in the real world, they will get experience in a world that we've created where any mistakes that they might make don't really cost them, or as we like to say in the class, there are no mistakes, simply learning experiences. And it really is important because it is through the mistakes in the game that we learn what possible mistakes could occur in the world and how might these sorts of possibilities of mistakes be addressed.
Why did PESD develop the Energy Market Game?
The combination of power systems engineering, economics, law makes it extremely challenging to give a course that would be accessible to every one of those disciplines. But by designing a ecosystem or game, for want of a better word, we give them an opportunity to play in it in a very realistic manner, and each player can learn a lot about how this world works that is specific to their own discipline.
Could you give an example of a concept that's covered in the game?
The resources that we're interested in transitioning to are intermittent. They produce energy when the resource exists at that location, and that creates challenges for how you would want to operate in that market as well as design that market. And the students get a flavor for how their world changes when a large share of the generation comes from intermittent resources. For example, what may be a profitable or cost-effective investment in a world in which all the resources are dispatchable, meaning you can get electricity when you want from the resource, could be very different when a large share of your resources are renewables. You may want to invest in a different kind of dispatchable resource. And the students get a clear understanding and able to see real world examples of exactly the phenomenon that they see happening right now throughout the United States and other parts of the world.
Okay, one last question. What's something that's covered by the game that people are often surprised by?
Another unique aspect of electricity is that it's often difficult to deliver or at least electricity to certain locations because of capacity constraints in the transmission network. And this creates the need for segmenting markets. Say if this is downtown San Francisco, it's going to be on a very hot day, difficult to get more energy into that region than the transmission capacity into that region. And so local generation needs to turn on, or batteries need to supply electricity, or any kind of local technology that can reduce the need for electricity to flow into that region. This creates the need to set perhaps a different price in San Francisco versus, say, a price in the Central Valley. That is going to get demand to change their consumption. and local suppliers that may be very expensive to produce more in that region, and suppliers in, say, the Central Valley, where there's lots of generation and probably not as much demand, to produce less. The game allows us to model these essential features of the transmission network and the need to price at different locations, so students get an understanding of why there is really a need for different prices of electricity, just like there may be the need for, say, a different price for carrots in San Francisco, because it's costly to get those carrots into San Francisco into the store versus price of carrots, say, in the Central Valley, right where they're being produced. It could be quite different for very similar reasons, having to do with just the cost of getting that product to customers.
Want to play? Register for an account on energymarketgame.org to create as many multi or single player games as you'd like. Check out our how-to video in the Game Master and Player Guides for more detailed instructions on how to play and host your own games. Hopefully this helps give you an idea of the complexity of the energy market game and all the energy market concepts that are covered by it. But don't just take our word for it. Give it a try and let us know what you think.